When Pelops whipped up his horses at the start of the race with Onimus, he carefully aimed his whip strike above their flanks and reined in their enthusiasm for speed to a deceptively steady pace. For the spectators at the starting line, the roar of Pelops as the vehicle lurched forward and the dust kicked up by the hooves and wheels confirmed their belief that he strove for distance. He rounded the first bend, slowed, then halted the chariot and waited in the lee of a copse. He did not need to wait long, for soon the thunder of the horses' hooves came to him from the direction of the palace. Yet above that thunderous beat, another sound, a scream, high-pitched and desperate in its constancy, accompanied the equine timpani. Around the bend galloped the horses of Onimus, harnessed in the chariot's yoke, yet minus the body of the vehicle. In its stead, Onimus, still bound to the horse's reins, was being dragged. His knees and elbows were already flayed, yet consciousness remained. As the awful spectacle rounded the bend, so the body of Onimus twisted and rolled onto its back. Pelops waited for them to pass, and then bid his horses forward. Onimus, now looking up and back, saw the horses of Pelops bearing down on him. He found the strength to twist away from their pounding hooves, but exhaustion and debilitating pain slowed his reactions. Pelops heard the screams and felt the cool, wind-whipped, blood-burst mist strike his chest and face. Within a few seconds, the torso of the once proud king burst open, and the shoulders separated from the arms. The head of the king rolled into the ditch. Onimus's horses slowed to a trot, then stopped. Pelops halted and released them from their horrific tether. As a man who knew the value of a matched pair of chariot horses, Pelops was delighted with the first possession of his rule. He turned back towards the city and halted again to retrieve the head of his adversary. Pelops returned to the city to ascend the throne and possess his wife. Hippodamia had remained at the top of the palace steps in the hope of watching her father return. Instead, Pelops, drenched in blood, stopped at the foot of the steps. He hurled the head of Onimus at the foot of the steps, descended the chariot, and, stepping over the gruesome memento, climbed the steps towards his future. Hippodamia fainted.